Y'all, come on in, come on in. Not Rashida Frost catching strays every episode. even when she not even when she not filming, she catching strays. Child, first we had Jock and Mandisi poke fun at her. Now we got Lil Zane using her as a blueprint for standing by your man no matter how much disrespect he dishes out. And the fact that Lil Zane, not the big one, is trying to mold his wife Ashley into being that same ride or die, turn a blind eye wife like Rashida is disgusting. This man really told his wife, don't hang out with Amy Luciani. Go and call Rashida after he was just busted for cheating. Zane asked his wife if she wanted to be single like Amy. And then he recommended that she call Rashida. So Lil Zane is essentially telling his wife, listen, if you want to keep this marriage, you better tighten up and call Rashida. Because he wants her to model her behavior after Rashida, because Rashida's behavior fits a pattern of tolerance and acceptance towards infidelity. So Zane is telling his wife, listen, get your shit together. If you don't want to be single, you better fall in line with Rashida. Follow her lead. This is the exact same thing that Scrappy wanted from Bambi. This is sad. But what's even more sad is Ashley, Lil Zane's wife. She made the wildest decision to me. She sent her son to live with his dad because she said her marriage to Zane is toxic. But somehow she's still holding on and keeping the main source of toxicity, and that is Zane. It makes no sense. Girl, make this thing make sense. Child, Scrappy is back at it again, honey. Scrappy called Bambi while she was chilling with Zell and Sierra. She said Scrappy has been trying to apologize for the night before when he went off on her for no other reason than to be off his meds. She said Scrappy has been trying to get back with her by sending flowers every day and wanting to do family things. But Bambi says she is not Erica Dixon. He can't spin the block with her. She said Erica Dixon will be there for Scrappy and his new baby, and would probably be best friends with the new baby mama. Ooh. Not one like told. But Bambi does not play into Scrappy's charm like Erica Dixon. But what's interesting with Erica and Scrappy is that she doesn't play the role of the scorned ex, which most would expect because he married Bambi and not her. Her Dixon, I'm talking about, and Scrappy their relationship goes beyond co-parenting. They are friends. They're always together, taking vacation together, doing things that you would see couples do. But Erica Dixon says it's platonic, but Bambi don't seem to think so. Bambi seems to think that Dixon keeps those legs open whenever Scrappy is ready to circle the block. Now, Bambi, don't get mad when Dixon clap back, because you know she will. Meanwhile, Zell hasn't seen his baby mama Bree in weeks. He ain't heard from her. But what he did hear is that Saucy has been fucking with her on Instagram, calling her people, stalking her, being messy. But Zell meets up with her later on, and we learn that she lost a baby that never existed in the first place. So Zell is blaming Saucy for the stress that he put on the baby mama. Now Zell, appeared to be sad, maybe had a tear in his eye, but I'll be damned, it's not 5 minutes later. He calls the very man that he said caused his baby mama to lose her pretend baby. I thought that was weird and messed up. And when Saucy dragged Zell towards the end of this episode, he deserved every bit of that. Because Zell is playing both sides. He's pillow talking with the baby mama Bree, and he's pillow talking with Saucy. Everything Bree says about Saucy, Zell runs back and tell him. That is just messy. Meanwhile, Lil Zane, not the big one, his wife Ashley, bless her heart, she says she sent her son to live with his dad since things between her and Zane were really toxic. How about you send Zane to live with his damn dad? Your children come before a no good ass man. I'm not going to call him a husband because he hasn't earned that title yet. And it's really heartbreaking to see Ashley have to make that decision. It just shows how much dysfunction they have in their marriage. It is a sight. This midget, Zane, tries to smash everything in sight, and it's creepy, it's cringy, and it's gross. Ashley, in one of her elusive states, she said Zane seemed to be stepping up. Girl, please, he's stepping out. Her believing he's stepping up is just another one of her illusions, because men like Zane don't change. Now listen to this. When she met that man, he was cheating. She was a side chick, but she said she didn't know. And then on top of that, before they got married, weeks before, he was with his baby mama. And the sad thing is that Ashley really wants to believe that Zane is stepping up. So while Ashley is in La La Land thinking Zane is stepping up and doing his due diligence as a husband, Amy Luciani comes and rains on her parade. And I felt so bad for Ashley, because as Amy is telling her that Zane was being in London acting like a hoe. He has some groupie sitting on his lap, still trying to flirt with Spice Friend, looking desperate and thirsty. And as she was telling Ashley that, you can almost feel her gut drop. It was just sad. Now, anytime Scrappy say you doing too much, you doing too much. Lil Zane was doing the absolute most in London. Amy said that Lil Zane is trying to be Scrappy, and I agree. The very first episode, I thought Lil Zane was competing with Kirk Frost. He was just doing too much. It wasn't his authentic self. He was just trying too hard. Ashley, honey, you are beautiful, and you can get any man you want. Instead of settling for a 4'5" leprechaun, Zane, do better, because this ain't cute. So later on, when Ashley confronts him, he asked her if she wanted to be single like Amy, as if he's surprised and she should be lucky she got a man. Like, why do men think that being single is some kind of punishment? Women are out here thriving without dusty, crusty, cheating, deadweight men holding them back. Men like Zane want women to believe that struggling in a relationship is better than being at peace alone. That is why he asks her, does she want to be single like Amy? Because he feels he's doing her a favor by being with him. Then this ninja said, Amy ain't your friend. None of these bitches your friends. Do you think if I wanted to fuck Amy, I couldn't hit? Then he told her, go talk to Rashida. Now that made me laugh. Now I told y'all, Zane wants to be the new Kirk. Zane, you look cringe. You're not Kirk Frost. You're not even close. And Zane is a classic case of a man whose ego is bigger than his damn height. He is doing the absolute most to prove something to himself and everybody else. He's giving a short man syndrome energy. Instead of him being secure in himself and in his relationship, he's overcompensating by chasing women. Every time you see this man in the scene, he's talking or flirting with a woman. Ashley, girl, you know the man you married. I mean, you don't want to face it, but you know the man you married because you've been ignoring red flags from day one. But she was probably hoping that he would change, or she could somehow love him into being better. But men like Zane don't change, honey. They get sneakier. But he ain't even trying to be sneaky. He's on national television deliberately trying to make his wife look like an idiot. Now, I'm not going to tell you to leave your husband, but instead of sending your son away, you should have sent Zane back into his daddy. Or hell, tell him call Tyrone for a couple weeks until he get his shit together. Now, Ashley, sis, I'm not trying to beat you while you're down, but go and get your damn son. Your son should not be uprooted from his home because your marriage is toxic. Now, if your son prefers to be with his daddy, then that's a whole different story. It's fine. But in my opinion, on the outside looking in, you prioritize your marriage over your children. In my opinion. Again, I'm on the outside looking in, but in your defense, the married women say your husband come first and the kids are secondary. However, I do think it is important to consider what's best for your son. So if your oldest son is with his daddy, where's the other kids? What are you supposed to send them? Are they in the midst of the toxicity? I mean, what's going on here, Ashley? Meanwhile, honey, Momma Dee meets up with Scrappy's third baby mama. I think her name is Kira, because Momma Dee wants to get to know her, and I think Momma Dee is also planning a baby shower for her. Now, Kira says she a grown-ass woman, Scrappy a grown-ass man, and they made some grown-ass decisions. But she said, forget about the freak off her and Scrappy did. There's more to her than just that. She says she has her own business she's had for 7 years, and she's college educated. Now, Momma Dee had to throw some shade at Bambi and says some people lie about being college educated. Momma Dee, stop. But Kira is a cute girl. She looks totally different on screen than on Instagram. I'm just saying. But later on, Kira meets up with Scrappy. Let me remind y'all that Kira had a friend named Naya who was supposed to be dating Scrappy. But Naya decided she wanted to invite Kira in the mix with her and Scrappy, if you know what I mean. And she had a baby. So Scrappy is telling Kira that they had a good time that night. And she said, yeah, it was fun after she left, talking about Naya. That is trifling at its finest. You couldn't wait for Naya to leave so you can pounce on Scrappy. Naya, girl, you dodged a bullet from a so-called friend, and you dodged some toxic drama from Scrappy. So count your blessings. Scrappy also said his third baby mama wants to co-parent, but she also wants some of the Disney on the side, if you know what I mean. In other words, she wants some peen, okay? Now, I forgot how they got on the subject, but somehow she asked Scrappy for a new car. Child, this man couldn't even pay half his rent when he was with Bambi. So, Kira, you starting to really show that you may have only gotten with Scrappy because you thought he was a running lottery ticket. But, honey, you are in for a big surprise.